Question number 101. The region of nodule where rhizobium is active lacks. First option, leg hemoglobin. Second, molecular oxygen. Third, nitrogenase enzyme. Fourth, ATP. This question is asking that the region of the nodule or the root nodule where rhizobium is active, that lacks. If any root nodule contains rhizobium, it means there is nitrogen fixation. Rhizobium is a bacterium which can symbiotically fix nitrogen in leguminous plants. So there is nodule formation in leguminous plants where rhizobium fixes the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. To fix the atmospheric nitrogen, rhizobium has a nitrogenase enzyme. This nitrogenase enzyme is sensitive to oxygen. Hence, it cannot act in presence of molecular oxygen. So there is a pigment called leg hemoglobin. Leg hemoglobin is a scavenger. It's an oxygen scavenger. It scavenges all the oxygen so that nitrogenase can act. So leg hemoglobin, yes, it should be present so that it can scavenge the oxygen. Nitrogenase enzyme, yes, without it nitrogen fixation cannot take place. So this is true. ATP, yes, nitrogen fixation is an active process. It requires an ATP, so it is true. Second option is the molecular oxygen. No, the molecular oxygen not required. The region of the nodule where rhizobium is active lacks the molecular oxygen because nitrogenase is sensitive to oxygen. So the correct option for the given question is option number 2. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 102. Read the following statements and mark them as true or false. A. Plants can assimilate ammonium ions only. B. Rhizobium is an obligate anaerobe. C. In legumes, the nodule is formed by inner cortex and pericycle cells. So you have to mark the statements as true or false and then choose the correct option. Plants can assimilate ammonium ions only. No. Plants can take nitrogen in the form of nitrite, and ammonium ions. Ammonium ions are toxic, hence plants convert ammonium ions easily into another form so that they cannot be toxic anymore. So this statement is incorrect. B. Rhizobium is an obligate anaerobe. No. Rhizobium is aerobe. When it fixes the nitrogen, it becomes anaerobic. Why? Because in presence of oxygen, there cannot be nitrogen fixation as nitrogenase enzyme is oxygen sensitive. C. In legumes, the nodule is formed by inner cortex and pericycle cells. Yes. When there is nitrogen fixation in legumes, a nodule is formed by the inner cortex and the pericycle cells. So this is true. So by analyzing the option, we can say the correct option for the given question is option number 2. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 103. A plus ammonium ions plus B, C, glutamate plus H2O plus D. Complete the above conversion with suitable option for A, B, C and D. This is the equation which shows the reductive amination. As in the previous question, we discussed that ammonium ions can be absorbed by the plants, but they are quite toxic. Hence, plants convert ammonium ions into some other forms very rapidly. So this ammonium ions are combined with the alpha ketoglutaric acid, which is a 5-carbon compound. So these options are ruled out as A should be alpha ketoglutaric acid. And then B is a NADPH. So this both can be option. C is glutamate dehydrogenase as it helps in the conversion of this equation. So it should be glutamate dehydrogenase and D should be NADP. So the correct option for the given question is option number 3. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 104. Read the following statements and choose the correct option. A. Asparagine contains more nitrogen than the aspartic acid. B. Amides are derived from amino acids in which hydroxyl part of acid is replaced by another amino group. First option only A is true. Second only A is false. Third both A and B are true. Fourth both A and B are false. C. B statement first. Amides are derived from amino acids in which hydroxyl part of acid is replaced by another amino group. It is true. Why amides have more nitrogen as compared to the amino acids? Because, let me explain here. If you see the structure of any amino acid, you will find that here it should be carboxylic acid. It should be NH2 Here it can be NH2O COH, and here it can be any other group. It is an amino acid. Let's say it's an amino acid, and here when it becomes amide, then this OH group of carboxylic group replaced by NH2. So it contains more nitrogen than the amino acid. So the amide contains more nitrogen than the amino acid. So the amides are derived from amino acids in which hydroxyl part of the acid is replaced by another amino group. This is correct. A statement, asparagine contains more nitrogen than the aspartic acid. If you see the structure of aspartic acid, it is C. So this is the structure of aspartic acid, which is an amino acid. So this is the structure which is called aspartic acid. When it converts into asparagine, this OH group is replaced by NH2. So it has more nitrogen as compared to the aspartic acid. So this A statement, asparagine contains more nitrogen than the aspartic acid, it is also correct. So the correct option for the given question is option number 3. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 105. Mark the odd statement for urides. First option, transported via vessels. Second, have low nitrogen to carbon ratio. Third, formed in soybean plant. Fourth, produce inside nodule. What are urides? Urides are degraded urea. So this degraded urea, some leguminous plants transport the nitrogen in the form of urides, and urides are nothing but they are degraded urea. For example, soybean. So soybean transports the extra nitrogen in the form of uride. Soybean plant, true. It is produced inside the nodule, true. It is transported via vessels, it is also true. It has low nitrogen to carbon ratio, no. It has high nitrogen to carbon ratio. It contains more nitrogen. So the correct option for the given question is option number 2. Let's move on to the next question.